You are sitting on your couch, yelling at the screen. The protagonist in the horror movie is slowly climbing a pitch-black staircase to investigate a strange noise. You know it is a terrible idea. You are completely convinced that if you were in their shoes, you would simply stay put, lock the door, and survive. Aman operates with that exact same modern skepticism. He is a young, rational guy, constantly glued to his phone, who just moved into a cheap first-floor room in an old Kolkata building called Shanti Niwas. He is entirely confident that he is too smart to fall for cheap tricks. The incredibly low rent comes with exactly one condition. Handing over the keys, the landlord gives him a highly predictable warning. If he hears any noises from the room upstairs after midnight, he must not open his door. Aman actually laughs at how cliché it sounds. Look at this diagram breaking down Aman's impending failure. This four-stage system relies on a reset, a bait, a catalyst, and an assimilation. Targeting human psychology, the machine has already shifted from its zero state into an active sequence. Phase 1 is the lure. Shanti Niwas offers cheap rent and pairs it with a warning that sounds like it was pulled straight from a bad campfire story. By presenting a threat so overtly fictional, the trap actively encourages Aman's critical thinking to dismiss it, creating a false sense of security. Phase 2 begins at exactly 12:17 a.m. To make a person vulnerable, you have to cut off their connection to the outside world. The cellular network abruptly drops out. Aman's phone is rendered useless, instantly severing his modern technological defenses. Then comes the auditory bait, a slow, methodical thack, thack, thack echoes from the ceiling. Footsteps, and immediately after, a voice calls out. It says Aman's name. Hearing your own name spoken aloud in complete isolated silence breaks the brain's ability to process reality normally. It creates immense cognitive dissonance. Rational explanations immediately evaporate, and a paralyzing sense of the uncanny takes over. The severed phone signal and the voice calling from the ceiling are mandatory operational steps. The trap systematically overloads Aman's senses to short-circuit his logic, practically forcing him out of his safe room to find the source of the anomaly. Aman steps out into the dark hallway, moving towards the stairs. But suddenly, an old woman from the ground floor reaches out of the pitch blackness and violently grabs his wrist. Trembling, she begs him not to go up. She reveals the building's lore. Exactly 3 years ago, a boy living in Aman's exact room went upstairs and was found dead the next morning. Now, the entity has awakened to call its next victim. This intervention kicks off Phase 3, the catalyst. When we receive explicit details about a hidden danger, a psychological paradox occurs. Instead of deterring us, the warning itself weaponizes our innate need for answers. This scale shows exactly what happens in Aman's mind. The sheer terror of the unknown on the 3rd floor suddenly becomes intensely compelling. The need to resolve the mystery heavily outweighs the rational safety of his room. The brilliance of the trap requires active participation. Aman must choose to walk up those stairs. By relying on free will, the trap locks from the inside. Driven by that compulsion, Aman walks up the stairs. 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. He stops in front of a half-open door, drawn toward a sickly yellow light spilling out into the pitch-black hallway. The room is covered in scratching marks and old photographs. In the center sits a figure in a wooden chair, facing away. Aman stammers, asking who is there. Slowly, the chair turns. Seeing an exact duplicate of oneself triggers a specific psychological dread, the realization that you are replaceable. If another entity possesses your face, your clothes, and your voice, your unique existence becomes a redundancy. This signifies total identity erasure. You are no longer the primary version of yourself. This triggers Phase 4, the assimilation. The duplicate smiles and tells Aman that he has been waiting for 3 years. Then he delivers the final blow. Aman is relegated to the darkness of the room, while the duplicate prepares to occupy the 1st floor life Aman left behind. As the door slams shut, Aman's role changes. He becomes a functional component of the house's machinery. waiting to serve as the terrifying lure that draws in the next victim. The next morning, bright sunlight hits the old building. The screams from the night before are gone. A young man arrives at the front door, looking to rent the newly vacant room on the first floor. The landlord meets the new tenant, hands over the keys, and delivers the exact same speech. If you hear a noise from upstairs after midnight, do not open the door. Let's bring back our flowchart. As the new tenant takes the keys, the assimilation phase ends, and the loop transitions back to the reset phase. The trap scrubs itself clean, clears the board, and returns to a perfect zero state. Shanti Niwas functions as an automated machine. It operates through its architectural narrative, drawing momentum from human psychology. Because it relies on how we process fear and mystery, the trap remains effective across generations. Our curiosity provides the energy to restart the cycle for every new tenant.